I'm Charlotte Dawson, and welcome to the glitz and the glamour that is the 2009 Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras. Tonight the theme is Nations United, and you have the best seats in the house. I'm here in the Nations United hot box, and you are going to see every sequin, every glitter ball, every marching boy, and of course, every drag queen. Forget standing on the milk crates on the street. We're going to take you up close and personal at this year's parade. You won't miss a thing. And joining me in the hot box is the stunning, the suave, Julie McCrossin. Welcome and happy Mardi Gras, Julie.
Happy Mardi Gras to you, Charlotte, and happy Mardi Gras to you, Australia. Welcome to the 31st Mardi Gras. Up and down Oxford Street tonight, they're waving pink Australia flags because tonight, gay, lesbian, transsexual, bisexual, even homosexual people are welcome and celebrated in the street. And we welcome you if you come from overseas because we're looking at Nations United tonight. And I send a particular welcome if you're in rural and remote Australia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Miss Wagga Wagga will be coming up the street a little bit later tonight.
I'm looking forward to a bit of Miss Wagga Wagga. I must say, also looking splendid beside us is my top model mate and frock designer extraordinaire, Mr. Alex Perry. Welcome to the hot box.
Charlotte, thank you so much. I'm so looking forward to everything this evening, but most of all, looking forward to saying that I've worked with the legendary Joan Rivers. Joan, welcome back to Sydney and happy Mardi Gras. You're down at the start where the floats and drag queens are waiting in anticipation, and we've swapped the red carpet for the pink carpet.
Alex, I am so excited, I cannot tell you. Last time I saw this many men in feathers and beads is when Tom Cruise was having a party at his house and the wife was away. This is amazing, absolutely amazing. And we're going to be talking to a lot of people here. I don't know if they're men, they're women, it doesn't matter. They're all having a great time here at the Mardi Gras, as am I, my Lord. The parade, as you can see, is sponsored by many, 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 many people. You see that? There's a new gay website, which I don't know if it's here. It's called The Sit on My Facebook.
Joan, thank you. It's amazing to have you with us on the pink carpet. And talking of things gorgeous and pink, we also have the extra beautiful Ruby Rose from MTV out on the street tonight. Ruby, honey, I believe that you are a Mardi Gras parade virgin.
I can't believe it. Like, seriously, it's blasphemous that I'm 22, the Mardi Gras is 31, and I still haven't attended one as yet. I should have been going since I was this high. But as you can see, I've gotten into the spirit of it. Mardi Gras has actually vomited on me, and I think it looks pretty damn good. Now back to you guys in the hot box.
Oh, Ruby, I think you look absolutely gorgeous with no vomit at all. Sit on your Facebook, I love it. Thanks from the Mardi Gras virgin, of course, to a Mardi Gras veteran. Please welcome our second on-the-street reporter, the legendary Sydney drag queen and Mardi Gras icon, the outrageously fabulous Miss Mitzi Macintosh. Hey, Mitzi, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. OMFG, that is, oh my fairy godmother. I am so excited. This is like gay Christmas. Oh, I tell you what, the air is dripping with anticipation. At least I hope it's anticipation. We are so excited down here. It's just going to go off. I can't wait to give you updates throughout the evening. Back to you in the hot box.
Thanks, Mitzi. You're looking absolutely gorgeous. Now, you saw her at the beginning of the show, and I hope you took note of her safety check. A big, happy Mardi Gras to the hostess with the absolute mostess, Pam Ann. Pam, honey, why are you in economy? Don't you normally fly first class?
Oh my God! The Dykes on Bikes is getting ready! Hello? I need to find myself a VIP. Come with me. Okay, who wants an upgrade? Who wants an upgrade? No. Oh, they're quite cute. What's your name?
Steve.
Steve. G'day, mate. And?
Wayne.
Stephen Wayne. Nice Australian names. And where are you from?
Cronulla.
Cronulla. Any sharks out in Cronulla?
Probably.
Gay sharks. Gotta watch the gay sharks. So, Stephen Wayne, guess what? I have a golden ticket to join me in my VIP lounge. Quick, come with me. How do we get them out? You're fit, boys. Jump over. Oh my God, they knew how to do that. Quickly, let's hike a ride with a dyke on bike.
Look, I think it might be the first time that they've ever flown first class. Joan, we've just had the Dykes on Bikes up here at the hot box, but anything prettier on the pink carpet at the moment?
Alex, Alex, I am standing here with my first, I guess you would call you a float person. What would you call yourself today?
Well, I'm the Egyptian goddess, but I'm not from Egypt. I'm from Philippines.
And what is your real name?
Well, my real name is Greggy, but they call me Gabby after 6.
And what float will you be on?
Well, I'm not exactly on a float, but I'm on. I'll be walking with the rest of the members.
How much did this cost you?
Well, probably a total of $2,000, I suppose, or for everything. Yeah.
And how long to make your costume?
Well, it takes about 2 months to compose everything, especially the fan that is made of peacock, and my back piece, which is a wooden design by myself. So yeah.
Look amazing. I thought you looked like Pocahontas' slutty sister, Pocahontas. But could you turn around so we can see everything? Watch out, though.
Joan, that's absolutely spectacular.
Is that amazing? Watch it, bitch. All right.
A horticultural fantasy.
She's got her bedpost on her back, that one.
And I love the idea that you have a different name after 6. Look, Mardi Gras isn't just about frocks and fairies and dykes on bikes, no matter how gorgeous they are. It's also a 3-week gay and lesbian cultural festival, and my co-hosts went out to see the festival and what it had to offer, and they kicked off with the Fair Day.
If you thought the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras was just a big fancy parade up Oxford Street, you'd be very wrong. Mardi Gras is a 3-week festival packed with over 100 events covering the arts, entertainment and so much more. There's definitely something for everyone, and it all takes place here in gorgeous Sydney. To kick off the festival, it's Fair Day, where tens of thousands of fabulous queers of all shapes, sizes and colours bring their friends, families and dogs to a picnic in the park of sorts. Just like the festival, there's something here for everyone, and it's absolutely packed. From competitions to live entertainment to over 100 somewhat interesting stalls and the ever-popular Doggywood, a dog show with a twist. So, Prada, what are the main events here at Doggywood?
We have the pickup dog course, we have the obstacle course, and we have the look-alike course.
And Tora, what is your favourite event?
I think my favourite event is the dog obstacle course, where we have an obstacle course the dogs compete, because Prada and I actually become a couple of the obstacles, so I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not quite sure how that's going to go.
And this is just the start of it. There's theatre, a film festival, sporting events, music and...
Exhibitions, and lots of them, just like this one. I'm here at 5 Years of Fabulous with Matthew Aberline, incredible costume designer who's created some of the most beautiful and spectacular costumes for Mardi Gras and the parades. So, Matthew, let's start with the big stars. Our Olivia Newton-John. What did she wear to Mardi Gras?
We created this fabulous red sequin kimono top for Olivia.
It's quintessential Xanadu, sparkly. That is beautiful.
This is Cyndi Lauper's dress, and we wanted to create the Marie Antoinette and kind of French court feel for Cyndi.
Yeah. And did she wear this whole thing? Headgear,
Even the ship in her head. She loves the ship in her head.
Wow.
This is one of my favourites.
I love this.
The brief for this was a beauty pageant dress gone horribly, horribly wrong. When the drag queen wears it, she can't see anything.
Look, I think this is beautiful. Mardi Gras exhibitions cover a broad range of visual arts and design. They run for several weeks, but that's not all.
Mardi Gras even has its very own youth festival, comedy and cabaret. And let's not forget about the parties. Like the after party, which every single year, no matter what, manages to get some of the biggest international DJs and guests. Danny Minogue, Kylie Minogue, Jimmy Barnes and Cyndi Lauper. But tonight I'm at another annual party, and we're better to party than Sydney's very own Sydney Harbour. This is, of course, the Sydney Harbour Party, and here I am with 6,000 other local and international partygoers, here to hang around with the one and only Sam Sparro. So this is Harbour Party, and I'm with one of Australia's hottest acts, Sam Sparro.
Good evening.
Now, how's your night going so far?
It's going very well. It's a beautiful night. It's a beautiful view. I mean, Sydney's just gorgeous.
So what are some of the songs that are just must-have songs when you're playing to a gay audience?
I think I just heard one of them earlier, which was Love Is in the Air. I do love a bit of like Holiday, Madonna Holiday. I think that's an ultimate gay party tune.
Now, have you ever been to a Mardi Gras before?
No, Mardi Gras Virgin.
So there you have it. The Mardi Gras Festival is massive. It's sexy, it's rocking, it's downright amazing. So enough of this TV stuff. I'm going to go party.
Ruby, you've got the boss down there, and how is she feeling tonight?
Hey guys, well I'm just about to talk to the most important woman in the universe. Yes indeed, it's Anna, the CEO of New Mardi Gras. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling completely pumped. Look at all these people. Happy Mardi Gras, everyone! Woo!
So tell me about your makeup because it looks amazing.
Thank you. I'd like to say I did it myself, but I didn't. The wonderful Martin Bray did my makeup tonight. Thank you, Martin, wherever you are.
It's kind of like Mardi Gras Zorro.
It's a little bit of Shanghai, it's a little bit of Chinese opera meets Mardi Gras, and very much along the Nations United theme. So thank you, Martin.
So tell me, I know it must be hard for you, but do you have a favourite float?
Well, there's 135 floats in the parade this year, which is one of our biggest, so it's really hard to choose. But I think one of the most poignant this year is BGF, the Bobby Goldsmith Foundation. It's their 25th year anniversary, so fantastic float. Good work, guys. And then I'm really biased, so our lead float's pretty spectacular. So look it out, everyone. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. Now, you are going to the after party, but do you get to really party or when do you get to relax?
That would be at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning when the party's over and I fall into my bed and completely crash out for about 12 to 18 hours.
Well, thank you so much. I know you're so busy, so thanks for chatting to us. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ruby. Charlotte's so jealous about that makeup, she's trying to claw her way out of the hot box. Now, back to you, Miss Rivers. Joan, who have you got to entertain us on the pink carpet now?
Let me just tell you, Alex, I thought I looked good. I look like a nun compared to the people. I look like a gay nun. Now, who are you? And tell me, are you Jewish? Because that looks like a menorah.
Yes, my name is Joan. I am from Thailand. I am posing my costume from peacock. Yeah.
Look, so you're playing a peacock?
Yes.
What do you do in real life?
I am work in the shop in town hall, yes.
Show us how it clothes on. Look at this costume. Now, look at this.
Do the outfit.
She's about to take you out.
Is this your own creation? Would you suggest a woman could vacuum in this?
Yes, can wear that. Yes. Yeah.
Could a woman? Where is your penis? Is it tucked in?
No, not yet.
Did you tuck it in?
Yes.
You look beautiful. And are these real?
No, not real.
Can I touch?
Yes, can do.
Thanks, Joan.
She looks amazing.
Amazing, thank you.
Turn around.
Oh, where is your penis, Alex? But let's see what Anna and David, our esteemed leaders of Mardi Gras 2009, have to say about this year's theme, Nations United.
What's this year's theme? It's Nations United. We're thinking global and we're dancing local.
We really wanted to take an inside-out view of Mardi Gras this year and help gays and lesbians worldwide, not only in terms of gay rights, but really celebrating gay culture worldwide.
Why did Mardi Gras choose this theme? We thought no better time than to take Sydney to the world stage and stand up for gay and lesbian rights right across the planet.
There are still 77 countries worldwide where it's punishable to be homosexual, and there are 7 countries where it's punishable by death.
This year's parade is unlike no other. There's a lot of light, a lot of colour and a lot of sound. We've divided the parade into 7 different continent areas, and so each continent is going to have music and colour and theming belonging to the culture of that continent.
We've got Brazilian and African drummers, we've got Scottish people in kilts, we've obviously got the Australian surf lifesavers, Asian boys and girls in beautiful flamboyant costumes. So you'll really see the parade very much around international culture, not only gay and lesbian, but the different cultures of the world. It's going to be fantastic. The outcome I'd like out of this year's Sydney Gay and Lesbian Parade is for awareness to be raised worldwide of the inequalities that still exist, and for people to really action and do something about it, to get engaged and get involved and participate in helping change gay rights worldwide.
Well, I did not think that it was possible, but I found someone with a more colourful outfit than my own.
Happy Mardi Gras, Ruby. Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras. Now, what was your name?
I'm Mrs. Vera from San Francisco.
Amazing. And when did you get to Australia?
I've been here almost 2 weeks. Pam Ann was actually my air hostess. She probably doesn't remember me because I was in coach.
Wow. So how long did it take to make this? And did you bring all this from San Fran?
I did bring it. I had my, the overhead was crammed full and it all spring-loaded, exploded out, but we landed. Had my head stuck in the microwave for a while, but she didn't remember me. I don't coach.
And what are you most looking forward to at the Mardi Gras?
Oh, what's not to look forward to? It's the best party in the world. It's the best city in the world. We come all the way and, you know, we just love it.
You are amazing, and thank you so much for the chat. Happy Mardi Gras! Happy Mardi Gras! Back to you, Alex.
Yeah, I don't know. San Francisco's not that much of a gay town now, is it?
No, not at all.
Yes, it is. Well, Julie, we did touch on the history of the parade, and I have read on several occasions that you were actually one of the original 78ers.
Look, I was there in 1978. I wasn't on the original march where all the 53-plus arrests happened, but I was there with a huge crowd of hundreds of people at Darlinghurst Police Station later that night to bail out the people who got arrested and also to attend the court the next day. So I'm really looking forward to seeing a whole lot of the 78ers tonight in the parade.
Well, let's take a look at what some of the original 78ers had to say about the first Mardi Gras, or to be precise, a flat-top truck with a sound system and 2,000 people following behind.
My name is Ron Austin, and I was at the very first Mardi Gras. I'd gone to see, with a group of friends, the first gay film festival in Sydney. And in that festival, there was various documentaries of parades and gay activity. And some of them had a very party-like quality. And it occurred to me that this is something we could do here.
The idea for the first Mardi Gras was to hold a nighttime celebration, a carnival, which wasn't just supposed to be a street protest, but something that ordinary people, maybe going to the bars, could participate in without too much danger. We were obviously very wrong.
We had one truck with a few banners on and a sound system playing Glad to be Gay.
We all rocked up in our various fancy dresses. There were a lot of people had joined. And one person raced past me and said, "I'm out and I'm going all the way."
We were probably only about 3/4 of the way down Oxford Street when the police told Lance Gowland, who was driving the truck at the front, to speed up.
But the police, in the way they talked to me, they were very hostile.
Once the police intervened in what was our legal march, there was this absolutely electric feeling went through the crowd. It was totally electric. And someone said, "Let's go to the cross."
When we got up to the cross, I mean, the only place to go was really to walk down Darlinghurst Road, and we ended up at the El Alamein Fountain.
Walking back up Darlinghurst Street, I felt a lot of anger when I suddenly heard all the police sirens come because the march had finished.
It was incredibly violent. A lot of people in the cross joined in because they had a beef against the police.
I had a couple of police holding on to me on one side. There was a woman holding on around my waist. There was 3 women on the other arm. I saw this huge flash in front of my face, only to find out on Monday that the Telegraph had me splashed across the paper.
If the police reaction hadn't have happened at that first Mardi Gras, I'm not sure that we would have had a second Mardi Gras. But we were so determined to have a second Mardi Gras.
How brave were those men and women? Joan, have you got any 78ers with you?
Alex, all I can tell you is I have not seen this many bottoms since I went bikini shopping. I'll tell you that. But I am now feeling very sentimental. This gentleman next to me reminds me so much of my wedding night. I can't. You're bringing such tears to my eyes.
I'm sorry about that, but I'm just trying to be myself, a bear.
As a bear, do you wear this under your clothes in real life?
No, I don't. It's very uncomfortable. I only wear it for special events, like when I'm coming onto your show and telling everybody that I'm gay. This is my night to say, I'm gay and I've just come out.
You really think people didn't know?
Some people had a few ideas, but now they all know, I hope. They're all watching this.
Very happy for you. Where did you get this outfit?
From Melbourne. Yes, some friends in Melbourne, and I went and saw them, and they put this outfit together for me.
Isn't that interesting? Melbourne, it's so conservative. You get these outfits in Melbourne.
Well, you can get anything you want in Melbourne and in Sydney. You just got to shop around.
Bears are men that like to be hairy.
Well, bears are mostly hairy men, like me. But we also like cubs, which are not hairy, and where there's a few others, there's otters, there's all the different names under it, but we all come under the group as the Bears group.
You have a partner. Yes. Can we bring him on? Come on. Now, he has no hair.
Well, he's got no hair. He's called a cub.
Are you planning to have hair when you get older?
Yeah.
How does he grow hair?
Well, it just comes naturally. As you get older, hair grows.
You turn around, can we see your back?
Well, all this has just grown over the years.
What about the back?
Back's hairy too.
Back to you, Alex.
That's brought a tear to my eye. It's obviously very busy on the pink carpet, so let's go back in time and see what happened after that infamous first ever march.
The first 3 Mardi Gras were held in June for International Stonewall Anniversary, and then in 1981 we had the first Summer Mardi Gras, and so it really opened itself up for much more celebration, much more colour, much more sexuality. And then from 1984 on was the terrible scare occasioned by AIDS. The Mardi Gras in 1985 faced a lot of public calls for it to be stopped.
When it did go ahead, there was a very big and very dignified tribute.
Mardi Gras began dance parties in the early 80s, but as music culture and drug cultures and all sorts of cultures changed, by the 90s you've got this real explosion.
It was the ultimate dance party for so many years. It was the biggest, the best, very glitzy.
It's a genuinely important big cultural event, which is outrageous and still remains cutting edge. In 1978, we had a set of expectations of social change around gay rights. And a lot of those legislative changes have been achieved. A lot of the social changes have been achieved. And part of that has been Mardi Gras year after year.
It needs to go on in some public format. And it still needs to be a beacon for young lesbian and gays. And that beacon is seen around the world. That is what is so important about it.
This is not just for gays and lesbians. Everybody is having a good time today. This is a simple mother with a dream. What is your name?
My game is I'm just here to have fun. This is my first Mardi Gras, and I just want to experience everything. And this is the place to experience it.
You have children?
I have 4 children, yeah.
4 children. And you said your specialty is you can make your tits dance.
Yes, I can.
I can do that.
Do they foxtrot? Do they do different dances?
Oh, they can. It depends what mood they're in.
Find out. When did you find out you had this specialty?
Well, I just woke up one day and I discovered I could do it, and I go, oh, thank you, Lord. I've got a party trick. And it's the best bloody party trick I've ever had.
Turn around and dance a little more. Make the titties move. Wait, give me this. Let me tell you, this is a highlight of a long career. Back to you, Alex.
Thanks, Joan. That was just spectacular.
I'll tell you what, anyone with a couple of implants can do that trick. I happen to know some people that have them. How the actual parade is going to start, I think it's about to start, so how did they actually start it?
How did it start? Well, I mean, the very first person leading the parade this year, the 31st parade, is of course Matthew Mitcham, the chief of the parade. He's the incredible young gay man who got the gold medal at the Olympics for diving. He was completely out before the Olympics, and he's been welcomed by the Australian population as an out Olympian, and now he's thrilled at 21 to be leading the Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras this year with his boyfriend Lachlan.
Well, he is young, he's hot, he's fit and cheeky, so let's see what he had to say about the wonderful job of being this year's chief of parade.
Hey there, I'm Matthew Mitcham, the 2009 Chief of Parade, and I just want to wish you all a happy, happy Mardi Gras. Being the Chief of Parade is my chance to give you back what you've given to me as support from the gay community. My Olympic record is for the highest scoring dive in Olympic history. What are the similarities between Mardi Gras and the Olympics? Lots of boys in Speedos. Standing on the edge of the platform when I'm about to throw myself off 10 metre, there's normally a series of shits, fucks and shits. Yeah, I've peed in the dive pool. Who hasn't? Being the 2008 Sports Performer of the Year was a surprise, actually, because it was voted on by the Australian public. So to see that I have support not only from the gay community but from the wider community was really, it was endearing. It was charming. It was nice to see that I do have support from the wider community.
Oh, he's had such an amazing time in the last year. And I was with him selling our red ribbons on World AIDS Day. And he's just embraced the community. He loves his community. And he loves that he's been embraced by the wider
Look,
community.
how amazing is that? I mean, he's been totally embraced by everybody there, and it must be another thrilling moment in his life.
Oh, he's such a honey.
It's a real gold medal, or do you think it's a fat cheese just for today?
I don't know. I think he probably brought his real gold medal out.
That'll be his, and here's all the young Australians in the first of the international floats representing the continent of Australia. Can I just say, for the many young gay men watching this, a 21-year-old is so happy and out. This is just so important in terms of preventing the kind of shame and difficulty that can just discover that you're gay. I mean, this is just, I feel very emotional watching this young band so confidently open. It's fantastic.
And the crowds are loving Matthew Mitcham. He is having a ball, but the crowds are loving him right back.
Yeah.
It's a gay world after all. And that is what the name of this photo is that we're having a look at the moment. Isn't that spectacular?
And this is representing all the different occupations that have gay and lesbian people in them. So, for example, people with very tall hair, that would be an occupation. But they've got nurses, judges, fairies, all the different occupations you can be, and they're just trying to say that gay and lesbian people can be everywhere.
Because of course there's always those stereotypes of, people imagine that, gays are hairdressers or, certain things, but it's
Or
your
fashion
doctor.
designers even,
fashion
Alex.
designers even. But it's your doctor and it's your, your lawyer and your bank manager.
And your High Court judge.
And your High Court judge.
Of course, our retired High Court Judge, Justice Michael Kirby, I think will be somewhere in Sydney watching this tonight.
I've got to say, that's an amazing float. I mean, the amount of time and effort in doing that, so creative and so beautiful.
Okay, P-Flag always brings a goosebump to my arm, my skin, and a tear to my eye because it is over 300 parents and support I get emotional when I see this.
Well, this is the parents and friends of lesbians and gays. They've come from all over Australia. And in every major capital city and a lot of the country towns, groups of parents meet in support groups for other parents. I've actually been to some PFLAG meetings where parents come incredibly upset about their kids being gay. And when they meet other parents who've been able to accept their children, it can be an extraordinary relief. So this is one of the most popular groups at every Mardi Gras, and it's fantastic, as Charlotte says, to see them here tonight.
I'm going to say I love that. I love that float. It's like it's a float of love, you know, that they're embracing their children.
Here they are, the rainbow babies and kids, but really now, if you're a lesbian and you don't have children, you're really the odd woman out. And again, you know, while I'm making jokes about it, it is fantastic for these kids to know all the other kids, because obviously it makes them feel much more comfortable about their situation. So if you've just joined us, this is the 2009 Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras, and they're coming up Oxford Street, and it's just a fantastic sight. Their estimated crowd of about 400,000 to 500,000 people. This is the Mission Impossible group.
But what we're finding that's so completely possible is to check back in with our gorgeous friend, the hostess with the utmostess. Where are you, Pam Ann?
Come with me.
Finally have to let her in.
Look! Would you like chicken, beef, or fish? What do you like? I like everything. You like the fish? And chicken. You like the chicken? You like the beef? The whole plate, thanks. Oh! Now, Natalie is performing tonight at the Mardi Gras at a ridiculous hour.
Pam,
a peaking hour.
Ask her what she's wearing.
What are you wearing? Alex wants to know what you're wearing. Alex, I'm not wearing much.
Just the way we like it at the party, honey.
Just the way they like it, Natalie. And it's at 7:30 and it's a spectacular. It's pretty huge. It's probably going to be the best performance that I've ever done. She is a pop princess. We were doing So You Think I Can Dance moves earlier on.
I hate to harp on it, but
he couldn't be more. These little economy passengers here.
he looks thrilled.
He's so thrilled.
Hey, so can you dance, Pam?
We've got a move. Natalie's going to show me a move. What you can do for deep vein thrombosis. Okay, when travelling in economy.
Okay.
Okay, how to
dance.
Get your leg up. Get your leg up. Go. Let me ever go. Oh,
Sensational.
I can't. Oh.
Thanks,
you dirty girl.
Well, we're back at the parade now, and I'm pretty sure this is the black group again. This is the Indigenous group. People from a whole range of Indigenous cultures, and they say when all the colours come together, the colour is black. And we're thrilled to see them. And hello to you. Welcome to our Aboriginal and Indigenous gay and lesbian brothers and sisters in a rather magnificent
How sensational. Look at that.
That would be a traditional car.
It would be a traditional car. And you know what? It's so incredible that they're actually in this show, the Indigenous people.
Okay, well, let's go back to the street. What's happening down there, guys?
Well, to be completely honest with you, I've been holding back tears like the biggest nerve, but I don't think I've ever been so proud to be gay. And I really have been holding back tears. It's quite emotional.
That's fantastic, isn't it? For me, I've been doing it so long, it doesn't really, so many years. But for you, it's your first night. It's great. We've had some fun. We had Matthew Mitcham. We had the Aboriginal float go past our Indigenous Australians, which was just fantastic. So it's really exciting down here.
Oh, it's really sweet, Ruby, to see you quite emotional.
Yeah, be proud, you gorgeous thing.
Can I just say, behind Mitzi at the moment, and Ruby, is 2010, which is a service for young people who often have trouble with their family and get thrown out of home. And so that crying is appropriate because this is a service that has stopped a whole lot of people crying. So welcome to 2010, and thank you for your work for many years in the gay and lesbian community. Now, this is the Queen's capital, Canberra.
Oh, I've been waiting for this one, Canberra.
And I think, as I understand it, the Australian Federal Police are supporting this group. They're based in Canberra, of course, and they have gay and lesbian liaison officers in the Australian Federal Police. And I've been welcome emceed events for them. So welcome to there they are, the Australian Federal Police. marching with the Canberra group.
Fantastic.
And I honestly believe, Alex, we are one of the few countries in the world, possibly the only one, where our police forces march on a night like this. Now, this group is recognising the work of the firefighters in the recent tragic Victorian fires. And it's the beginning of a series of groups from the police, the State Emergency Service, the Rural Fire Brigade, but particularly this group is recognising what's happened in Victoria. So a special hello to everyone watching in country Victoria tonight.
I mean, even though the theme is, you know, the nations united, I think everybody we were all united in grief about the terrible tragedy in Victoria. And so I think this is a nod, not only to the wonderful people and the brave people of Victoria, but to all the people who have helped. I think the whole world will be watching this.
And united in helping them, you know, like getting over a tragedy.
And, you know, for me, this is also a sign of the maturity of the gay and lesbian community, that we're recognising other communities as part of ours. This is actually sponsored by Lesbians on the Loose, a lesbian magazine that many of us read, and they wanted to use their space to recognise what's happening with the fire brigade. So it's sort of communities linking up with each other, and it's exciting. You can see the theme of rebuilding for the Victorians.
Yeah.
And welcome to the firefighters, looking beautiful in a big red truck.
And they're getting such an amazing cheer from the crowd. We're going to go straight back up to that first-class lounge. And what's going on up there with your chicken and your beef and your fish there, Pam? And
oh, it's fashion. It's getting raunchy. We're doing designs. I've got a very special guest here from Project Runway. It's Henry Roth.
This is amazing, Panna. First of all, you look resplendent. Emergency exits into the fore and the act. Sydney sizzles and Mardi Gras. This is unbelievable. I've been to New York Mardi Gras, I've been to London, I've been to Wagga. This absolutely takes the cake. The atmosphere is sizzling. What's your favourite bloke so far? What are you loving?
Well, you know, you can't beat the firemen, can you?
I look at them. I love the yellow. It's just so today's colour. It's unbelievable.
I just pretend to have emergencies just so I get the fire brigade to my plane.
Good luck, darling.
Henry Roth, back to you.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Pam Ann. That was fantastic. And down on the street, you can see we've got more of the fire brigade. We've got the State Emergency Service and the State Transit
System.
Now, I have to reveal to you that I have a heavy vehicle driver's licence, and I used to drive a bus here in New South Wales for State Transit. So this is very, very important because, like many gay women, I love to drive a very big thing. And I still and the Defence Force. Now, the Defence Force are still relatively new to the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras, and we have Defence Force personnel and also those who work for a special gay and lesbian advisory service for defence personnel, and they now have equal rights for their family. I mean, it's just, again, Alex, an amazing change that's happened.
All right, hello, you're marching with the Defence Force. Why are you marching?
Because I am proud. I'm out and proud.
Isn't it fantastic? Is it your first time?
It's my first time. I love the Navy and I love Australia.
And here come, I'm sorry, this is my absolute favourite. The police are about to start marching. Yes.
This, of course, is the most popular group. Other than the parents and friends of lesbian and gays, this group get the most claps because this
Why wouldn't they, Julie? I mean, you think of the origins this Mardi Gras has, and we were just talking about the original 70s, for them to now proudly support that community and march and be so happy to be marching. It is just fabulous.
It is amazing. And I think we are still the only state where the police service are allowed to march in uniform. So they have official support from the senior police personnel, from the Commissioner to march here today. And, you know, we're incredibly grateful for that. And we welcome
And the crowds are absolutely roaring for them.
It is. It's exciting. When you think that when Mardi Gras began, homosexuality was still a criminal act, and indeed it was until 1984 here in New South Wales.
Wow.
Still illegal till 1984.
And now it is criminal not to march. It's so much fun. And hear the crowd supporting them. These are the lifesavers with pride.
Everyone should be standing together. You know, we all we all sort of live under the same sky, and that our differences really are not that great.
Life-saving is for everyone. Like I said, it doesn't matter about your sexuality or your nationality or your culture.
I have been doing the gym 4 days a week, so it's just to make sure I don't have love handles hanging over the top of my Speedos. But
I've been hitting the gym pretty hard because everyone likes to be fit and look good, especially when you're wearing a Speedo down Oxford Street.
A good tan goes a long way, I suppose, to winning the sexiest float.
All the guys have hot bodies.
Maybe it's because they're all wearing Speedos.
Choreographer this year is Angela Kennedy. She's done the last 2 parades with us.
My dance steps and moves, pretty crap. But I'll get through it.
There's a lot of hip shaking going on this year.
I have been guilty of using the pickup line, hey, I'm a lifesaver.
No, it does get mentioned sometimes, but no.
No, I've never used it as a pickup line, but maybe I will now.
So teeny red Speedos.
I heard that the waistband, thank God, is a bit wider, otherwise it would be too small.
Something involving flags and not much else.
Being gay is only a very small part of it, and really it has nothing to do with being a lifesaver.
I think we wear the swimmers better, but no.
No. Is there any difference between straight people and gay people? No.
Happy Mardi Gras! And we welcome the lifesavers now. I think this is their 3rd year that they're marching. These are real lifesavers.
There's a few Aussie bums there.
There's a girl lifesaver. They're having a little moment with herself.
She looks fabulous.
Oh, well, it's a great time. They're a bit shark-free and they can shimmy on up the street. Oh, look at that oil body. Nice work.
It's funny that it's taken, all these years for them to become part of Mardi Gras because they are ideally suited. Would you agree, Alex?
Perfect attire. They've had the outfits for ages.
It was wonderful to see those lifesavers, and now we have water polo teams. These are gay water polo teams.
I tell you what, it's getting very wet up around on that corner. I think Mitzi's getting splashed. These are the AFL players.
Yeah, this is the Wild Gays Afloat, the gay AFL, and I think it's a group that's come up from Melbourne, and they say they're pom-pom boys who love balls.
Guys, it's here. The Foxtel float. It's our very own float, your box, my package. It was broadcast of this year's parade. It's Foxtel's debut appearance.
Look, that's
and
awesome.
It's manned by Foxtel staff from around the country.
Here's Pam.
Oh, Miss Pam with all her luggage. Is she not the most divine creature in the entire world? That's her own project runway right there.
Well,
come out, Australia. Come out indeed.
This is Canterbury, Bankstown, Epping, Penrith and Sutherland, all, of course, outer suburbs of Sydney, who've come together to say gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender people are in the suburbs as well, and what a beautiful truck they've got, that simple hill.
Fantastic.
Hello, we've got the Polly Social Club. Hello, darling. Are you in the Polly?
Yeah, it's a fabulous time. Wonderful.
And what do you love about the Pollies?
The thing I love about the Pollies is everybody is welcome and everybody has the best time.
That's fantastic. Polly Social Club.
Aren't they just fantastic? And I tell you what, behind us in the hot box at the moment, the crowds are singing and dancing and waving their arms in the air to Dancing Queen.
I think when Dancing Queen is playing, everybody's gay. Now, this might be the gay straight students who've got flags representing all the different countries and they're just welcoming diversity.
Look at that, that's beautiful.
Listen, this is Housing New South Wales, the providers of public housing here in New South Wales. They're marching for the first time and they're welcoming all the gay and lesbian staff and, of course, their residents as well. So this is a new government agency showing support for Mardi Gras tonight, and we welcome Housing New South Wales. G'day.
Welcome back, my darling Ruby.
Thank you. Someone gave me a football and it just made me all happy again. I'm having an amazing time down here really now. What's your name?
I'm Avon calling.
Amazing. And who are you marching with?
The Freemasons.
Now tell me, how long did it take you to put this together?
About 20 hours to put all this together.
And the lips look like glitter. Is it just glitter?
They are glitter. They are.
See, you just don't get lip gloss like that. Have an amazing night.
Thanks.
say it's fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
Fantastic. Keep going on with it then. Back to you guys.
Now, the Freemasons have got an interesting synchronised routine. They've been spending most of the last 12 months preparing for this moment and indeed getting themselves with these marvellous six-packs, Charlotte.
This is so exciting.
There she is.
There are people up in the trees. There are people with cameras, both sides. It is so much fun. Everybody having a great time.
That is Joan Cam, man.
That is Joan Cam.
Gay old Joan
They
Cam.
all think I'm Nicole Kidman. It is very exciting.
ACON.
ACON is AIDS Council of New South Wales.
Wow, that looks fantastic.
It's wonderful to see Joan Rivers out there on the floats. But here's ACON, and they've been working for years and years and years, particularly active in sexual health, the prevention of HIV and AIDS, but they provide all sorts of supports and health services to the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender community. So welcome to ACON.
I was reading actually in one of the gay rags that I pick up every week in the Darlinghurst Corner Shop, that they've actually been giving out Mardi Gras kits, so to make sure that you're having safe sex and having happy Mardi Gras, and they give them out.
I think they have people called safe sex sluts who walk around handing out condoms, and they're most welcome.
Well, as we've said, tonight is not all about parties and the parade. Our Mardi Gras is also about charity. Our good mate Joyce Maynge whirled around the charities to see the good work being done and the money being raised. Here, let's take a look.
Hello! My name is Joyce Maynge. Charity is something that I know a lot about. I mean, take a look at my face. You may notice all the not-for-profit community floats in the parade and wonder how behind all the glitter, glamour and hot glue they can continue to help their causes. I've got one word for you: fundraising. And when the queers do it, it's camp. I'm here with Mr. Gay Australia, Ben Edwards.
The role of Mr. Gay Australia is to promote and work with the community as much as possible. Basically, we have a trivia night during the year, once a year, which is a really great night. We also have a live band in our rugby team, which we do some gigs to raise money for ACON in 2010. And also we have a striptease night, you could say.
Oh, a striptease, I love that.
Basically, that's called Rugger Bugger, which is on a few times a year.
And tell me about the Sydney Convicts.
They're a rugby team which also happens to be gay. And just like lots of other teams out there in Sydney who also happen to be gay, they're out there doing their part to help the individual members of our community grow.
And lastly, would you mind doing a little bit of charity for me? Then there's the BGF, the Bobby Goldsmith Foundation. It was 25 years ago that this charity group was born, named after a popular young gay swimming champion who we lost to AIDS in 1984. This not-for-profit group continues to support people directly disadvantaged by HIV in New South Wales. But how do they continue to do all this? With cake, and lots of it. Oh, I love cake. I'm here with Bev Lang, CEO of BGF. So what is the bake-off?
Bake Off is a very substantial baking competition, and all of the items go into auction to raise money for BGF.
And how much have they raised?
Last year we raised $50,000.
$50,000 for cake? So then, how important is Mardi Gras to BGF?
We've been running Glam Stand for 18, 19 years now, and that's an exclusive area to view the parade, and we raise about $100,000 a year from that event.
How do you raise money for children in need? What better way than in a little black dress? Each year, the Sydney Frontrunners, a queer Sydney running group, host a marathon with a difference. This year, raising over $20,000 for Camp Good Time, a national camp for children living with HIV and AIDS. And gee, some of those dresses were a little Gosford, just below the entrance. As Priscilla proved, ping pong balls can be used for lots of things, even for raising money. No, it's not what you're thinking, you dirty creatures. It's bingo! For 10 years, the balls have been dropping in aid of charity. Here I am with Mitzi and Naomi from Bingay. Hi! Where does all the money go?
The money's used by the AIDS Council of New South Wales for various projects during the year.
Naomi, how much money has been raised so far?
Almost 10 years and almost $1 million.
$1 million?
$1 million.
does. And tell me, what's your favourite ball call?
Oh, look, it has to be 66.
Why?
All the sixes, 66. Clickety-click with 66. The Dixie chicks like let's pick up 60 to get shit and breakfast and shakes like this with a twist or a big factories. Two boys get stuck on this grass, make rich. Oh, I know. Game on, moles.
Oh, lovely. So the next time you see a community float, just try and imagine exactly how far they went to raise money for their cause.
Joyce Maynge. Did you see that big vagina on that girl's head?
It's fantastic to see that information about all that charity fundraising that happens in the gay and lesbian community. But look at this interesting creature.
I think she's stolen some of Maria Venuti's wardrobe.
Look, I'm not sure who she is, but my God, I'm enjoying it. You cannot go wrong, would you agree, Alex, with a little bit of leopard?
Leopard for me is like a wardrobe basic. Gotta have it.
Now, this is the Kirkton Road Centre, which is a health service up in King's Cross, and they provide an incredible range of services. So there's a whole row of really health services, community health services getting recognition tonight, a little bit of sexy dancing.
That girl had some rather healthy-looking pink nipples.
You know what? That's Patsy Leopard, and they're supporting Camp Good Time, which is from the Sydney Children's Hospital. I know it looks...
That's used to be the patron of Camp Good Time for Quades, kids living with HIV/AIDS.
Exactly. So it looks incredibly sexy, but they're raising money for kids, which is, you know, I mean, it's Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras to the T. We see here now the amnesty float, which of course goes to the heart of the Nations United theme of the 2009 Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras. This is all about the countries where homosexuality is still a criminal offence, and that small number of countries where the death penalty applies, including places like Iran and Afghanistan. So
this is such an important float. I mean, it was horrifying to hear those statistics, especially the ones that, where the death penalty is imposed.
Now, it's also in these mentioning of gloomy things in these gloomy economic times, as banks around the world sink, here is one that remains afloat. Get it? Afloat! It's the ANZ float. The ANZ are proud of the diversity within their staff. So let's have a look at how these bankers went in rehearsals.
Hi, my name's Malcolm, and I work for ANZ. Just because we work at a bank doesn't mean we need to be boring. Hello, darlings and everybody. My name is Dame Malvina, and I'm here to welcome you to the Mardi Gras rehearsals for 2009. So we're going to put on a spectacular show. That is if we can get it together, of course. We have one of these for each participant. Yes, it's an umbrella. Doing this at the right point looks phenomenal. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I think she's a little bit tough, but I think that's what we need.
Actually, she called us parade virgins.
And this time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Most worrisome thing it will be if it gets windy and it picks up those umbrellas.
My biggest fear is that, the umbrellas will flip out backwards.
Oh, we're going! Something's going to go wrong on the night. It'll be me getting distracted.
And the people will forget their lines. Can you imagine? Anyway.
Oh, she was up on that float and she'll be looking down over every one of us and we'll know we've got it wrong.
Yeah, I love it. Even if they make little mistakes, that's all right. I might give them a slap on the arse.
For us, it's about celebrating the place that we work with. Such a diverse culture in ANZ and diverse staff members, and it's that diversity that brings us together, so we're united through that difference.
I knew we'd get one of them!
And thank you very much to the ANZ Bank, and we'll be looking out for them coming up the Mardi Gras parade a little bit later. I'd also like to say thank you to the Australian Human Rights Commission float. They've just gone past a moment ago before this interesting leather group with Graham Innes, the Australian Human Rights Commissioner on it, who's done so much to get rid of discrimination in our laws. But my goodness me.
Yes, talk me through this group, actually.
Well, speaking of freedom, this is an example of a leather group. And
This is hardcore heaven. And I think we've actually got Mitzi down there with some of these talented and different performers. Mitzi.
Hello, we're down here with the Hardcore Heaven girls. These are some nasty-looking girls. What's your message?
Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras. What are you doing in these outfits?
Well, I should lead my lovely pony to the lovely end.
And what do you do with it when you get there? Rider.
Well, you have to come and see.
All right, then. That's where the show's going to be. Okay, I'll give it back to you in the hot box.
Listen, I know it's called Hardcore Heaven, Charlotte, but it's actually a form of dusting. They're just showing you how to do a little bit of dusting. Or perhaps
Creative housework.
Leather on your couch, you can shine it up. It's actually all about
I
housework.
think I've seen that on Martha Stewart.
It could be, that very well could be. And I think coming up behind them, we're going to see the Sydney Leather Pride Association. Again, a group of people tremendously interested in leather clothing. You probably use a bit of leather in your own
I do every
design.
now and then, I've got to say. I'm taking some tips from this.
You're taking some inspiration from a few of these looks, I can just tell.
It's really...
You guys look amazing. How did you guys make these?
Oh, we just got some feathers and put it together and, you know, just something to throw together.
How many Mardi Gras have you guys been to?
Oh, it's probably my 6th. It's so much fun. Come every year.
What's the best thing about Mardi Gras?
Just being in a crowd that loves you.
Absolutely. You guys look fantastic. I better let you guys get straight back into it because it seems to be moving along without you, which is not all right. Back to you guys.
This is an interesting segue because this is the Taronga Conservation Society of Australia. These are the Taronga Park people who try to conserve things like the Tasmanian devil that we see in front of us.
And speaking of little devils, Jason Coleman is with Pan Am in the first class lounge. Pam, say hi to Jason for us from the hot box.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's perfect out here. There's fireworks going off. It's electric. I'm so excited. I just can't hunt it. I'm about to lose control, but I think I like it. My upgrades that I got earlier from economy, they got sucked out. They went to the loo and sucked out. And guess what? I found 2 more. It's about fashion now. We've gone with a theme, a print, a play. This is Gavin and Peter from Melbourne. Say hello, Melbourne.
Hello, Melbourne. Hello, Melbourne.
And right next to Gavin and Peter, we have a superstar choreographer. I taught him everything I need to know. He needs to know. I don't know. I'm on too many Red Bulls. It's Jason Coleman.
Hello, happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras. How are you feeling?
You know, this is a fantastic opportunity for the world to know that you did teach me everything I know.
Oh, I love you. Kickball change.
Yes, pirouette, arabesque.
Pirouette, arabesque. I do it so gracefully because I'm such a petite girl.
All from you, and I thank you for the rest of my life, everything you've given me.
Now tell us about your Mardi Gras experiences.
Well, you know, it's fantastic because unlike your tall, glamorous self, I'm sort of a bit of a short guy. So to be up here on your beautiful balcony, overlooking the parade instead of just seeing it from the tops of people's heads is quite fantastic.
It's service up here, isn't it? I took the roof off for you.
I love that you do that for me.
I did.
The world convertible just for me.
I have 2 gays that work in here who just do the flowers on board, and they said, Pam, can we take the roof off? I said, take it off.
Take it off.
So tell me so you think you can dance and what floats you tonight?
Well, you know, as for the dancing down there, I give it a 10.
A 10. Gavin, what are you giving the marching boys? Oh, a 10. A 10. It's 10 all round up here. Oh, the choreography is just spectacular. Back to you.
Thank you, Pam Ann. That was fantastic. And we've got more choreography happening on the street.
And we have Mitzi checking it all out.
Oh, it's mayhem down here. We've got the geisha girls. Emphasis on geisha. How are you?
I'm fucking excellent. How are you?
Fucking excellent. How's it going for you? Having a good time?
Oh, wonderful time.
What's your message?
Just love everyone.
Love everyone. Konnichiwa. Back to you.
They are quite unusual looking geisha girls.
They were. This is the part of the Asia theme is the 7 continents of the nation united for this Mardi Gras because we're recognising all the different continents of the world. I think, is this the beginning of the Asian marching boys? Or they look very multicultural.
Yes, this is the Asian marching boys.
Now, this is the double-decker vintage bus that has been brought from Hong Kong, and this is a group of Hong Kong gay and lesbian people and their friends who are, hoping to see this level of acceptance within the Hong Kong community.
Tell you what, that wouldn't be a bad seat to have on the top of that double-decker bus. What a great vantage point.
So here's the Hillsong float. Please don't judge. I mean, it's essentially asking religious groups of all types to be welcoming to gay and lesbian people and to not use the old shame line. which causes a lot of devastating suffering. That's the truth of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could just say one quick thing. When we first began the Mardi Gras 31 years ago, it was against the law. It was considered a mental illness and it was against God's will. It's now not against the law. We no longer are considered to have a mental illness, but there are still religious groups who condemn us. And this is, I guess, a plea for acceptance and tolerance. And Joan Rivers, of course, is the person who would elicit that response.
This is an amazing outfit, Tam. Tam, who are you marching with?
With Thai people. We have our group with the Thai costume.
Yeah. And how long have you had this costume? Did it make it just for Mardi Gras?
With friend of mine, yeah. Friend of mine, we can help each other, and then we can make like a nice in the group and walk in the parade. It's really have fun tonight.
And are you having a lot of fun so far?
Very, very much.
Are you going to go to the after party?
Yeah, maybe.
I think you definitely should. I'll let you get back to it. You look amazing. Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Back to you guys. Amazing outfit.
Now, just a couple of seconds ago, did you see that queen do the runway walk? We need that queen for top
I'm sorry, I thought that was Kimora Lee. That was real fabulosity.
These are the Thai angels, and there is the beautiful Thai angel interviewed by Joan Rivers earlier on the pink carpet. And of course, the extraordinary feat of walking 1.8 kilometres uphill in very high heels.
Dressed as a peacock. There's Mitzi. Oh, I think she's found our friend. Hi, Mitzi.
Oh, look, we have some... Do a 12 for me, darling. Show me your outfit. Isn't that fantastic? Look at that, Alex. She'd be green with envy. Oh, she just wiped me out. Jesus. Where are you from?
Thailand.
From Thailand? You came all the way to Australia for Mardi Gras?
Yes, of course, I did.
Do you come every year?
Every year, of course.
We have a gorgeous group of girls that come every year from Thailand. What are you doing while you're here?
Graphic designer. Actually, I do a fashion designer, but my part-time job is supermodel of the universe.
See, everybody, supermodel of the universe. Those heels must be killing you. Have a fantastic Mardi Gras. All right, back to you.
And look who we have right now who's just hit Taylor Square, Joan.
Children, old people, everybody just having a great, great, great time. The energy is amazing. Look at those little sluts dancing. It's fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Believe it or not, we are on a bank truck. So those of you who are worried about recession, relax. This is how these bankers dress on their casual Friday.
She's chirped up since she hopped on the bank float, hasn't she?
It's wonderful to see Joan Rivers with the ANZ, and we should say that the ANZ staff who are supporting this float have come from Queensland, Victoria, Western Australia. They've travelled from all over the country to be part of Mardi Gras, and it's just fantastic to see them here. And we've got the Sydney Harbour Bears, I think, the hairy men.
We've just seen that they're a formidable group.
They are a formidable group, and they are very hairy, and they wear a little leather, and they get sort of hairier and hairier.
Bears come in all shapes and sizes, by the way.
You start off as a thinner bear, and you perhaps become a bigger bear.
A cub, the one that was with Joan was with, it was a cub.
And they're always a huge group at Mardi Gras, and they always have been. So welcome to the Bears. Now, animal liberation. Oddly enough, we've had the leather people, but this group are not that comfortable about leather.
No, and they're near the bears. And the bear people are quite fond of the leather.
This is People with Disabilities Australia, and it's actually people with disabilities and sex workers, because one of the issues for people with disabilities is free access to legal sex workers. Because if you're in need of physical help to have contact with a sex worker, sometimes you can't get that help. I'm not actually making this up, Alex. It's sort of a real issue.
No, it's a real issue.
So the People with Disabilities group are supporting the right to sexuality and lawful access to sexual services by marching the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras. I think this is the New South Wales Women's Refuge Group. Pretty sure it is, yes, and this is actually about women and children who've survived domestic violence who are supporting the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras. Here they come, the New South Wales Women's Refuge Group.
That's, you know what, fantastic. That group, they need support, and they're still throwing their arms around it, and they're supporting this community.
And here we have the United States, and this is one of the 7 continents being represented. Harvey Milk, of course, part of the United States, the North America part of Mardi Gras, recognition of every continent as part of Nations United. You know, there was a time when you wouldn't dress up as Uncle Sam. It's a bit of a sign that Obama has brought a fresh approach to the United States, don't you reckon?
Well, Obama, he's brought hope as well, you know. Yeah, and these people must be very proud to be Americans, probably for the first time in a while.
Exactly, and Obama has been welcoming to gay and lesbian people and their rights.
And I think with him, which is in power now, I think there's going to be leaps and bounds.
Jules, what is this?
They're the SJPs. Sarah Jessica Parker's from Sex and the City.
Fantastic. Is there a lead, Sarah Jessica Parker? Oh, here we go.
Oh, there's Miranda, I think. There's Charlotte. There's another SJP in the back. Because they did used to like to hang out with some of their gay friends, and oh, that one's had a nasty snap on the bottom.
Someone has had a big... Oh, I know. This is the Sydney Roller Derby League. These are skaters who engage in contact sport.
Oh, they're tough, these girls. I've seen them. They're tough.
Evidently, all queer skaters are welcome, and they have races, skating races in teams, and really knock each other about, which I gather is why that woman is a little bruised.
That's right.
Amazing, these Derby women. They seem to actually glorify in the level of danger and bloodthirsty nature of their sport.
They have brought a stretcher with them, which is very thoughtful, very sensible. Look at this bloke covered in blood.
I mean, they're clearly, you know, seeking to get new people by saying, come with us and get injured. Oh, I suppose in your game, Alex, with the fashion industry, there are injuries there with the very high heels.
On protection, the right corsetry really can help you survive a good roller derby.
Now, Broadcasters United, this is 3Joy and 2SER, two broadcasters, gay and lesbian broadcasters in Sydney and Melbourne.
Oh, that's really, really good to see them participating. And of course, well, like our Mardi Gras virgin, little old Ruby Rose down there, there are also some first-timers in the parade. Let's have a look at how an enterprising group of Scots boys donned their kilts and sporrans for the first time to march tonight.
We are the Scots boys and we're the Virgin Mardi Gras parade entrance.
I'm Alan from Glasgow.
I'm Hugh from Edinburgh.
I'm Steve from Yorkshire.
And I'm Darren from Sydney.
The Scots boys on Mardi Gras parade because I remember a few years ago we saw 2 Scottish boys in the parade and we thought there must be lots more out in Sydney. We've got 20 participants and a range of Scottish boys and boys with Scottish connections. Today Hugh's modelling the Scottish gay man's perfect kilt. Length to the knee, the gilly brogues for the shoes, flashes on the socks, the perfect pleats around the back, and the most important thing for the Scots boys when they go out partying is your sporran. Inside your sporran, your mobile phone to catch up with all your dates, condoms and lube because Scots boys always practice safe sex, your dance card to make sure you meet lots of people at the party.
We all wear undies because we want our freedom!
It's our first Mardi Gras parade, so we've got to look our best.
Aye.
We're here for the full treatment.
Do you serve haggis?
Sorry, I don't think we're in Glasgow anymore.
Happy Mardi Gras!
They're coming up behind.
Oh, there's another bus, Julie.
I love another bus. I'm always pleased to see a bus, and these are the travelling queers. I think this is meant to be a motor home, and this is inspired, of course, by Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. And this is the sort of, I guess, the slightly older queer person who is now heading out in their motorhome to see Australia.
So, a senior queer.
A senior queer. So if you're watching us tonight, perhaps from a rural or remote location, and you see a motorhome with a little homosexual in it going past, would you please wave and be very friendly towards them wherever they are?
Oh, I'm here with the girls from out west. Who are you?
I'm Beverly Buttercup.
All right, where are you from?
I'm from Western Sydney.
We've got all the girls from Western Sydney.
Done a unique individual thing and thought this year, instead of doing a big group thing, we'd all pick something and go with our colour.
So that's your Nations United idea, is it?
She wanted to do something outrageous, I wanted to do something with the gay colours, so we all just thought we'll do something individual, you know.
You look fantastic. Think you'll make it to the end of a route, so to speak?
I hope so. I hope I make it till 8 o'clock in the morning, love.
Oh, we'll see you at 8 o'clock in the morning. Thank you. It's back to you. Thanks, girls.
That's the Western Sydney drag queen group, Heaven Social Group.
I'm knocking off that carousel dress. That's just too fabulous. Is this the pump truck? It is the pump truck.
Pump, of course, supplying water up and down the route today. They were handing out the water and
that's very very community-minded. You've got to keep yourself hydrated on these long, arduous parades.
And indeed at arduous parties where people dance all night.
That's
now,
right.
a village party look is never amiss at one of these events, is it, really? It always gets a cheer.
Another Mardi Gras virgin. How's your experience going so far?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. We're all pumped tonight. It's a great night.
So tell us about the float that you're on.
We're on the Global Village People Flump, sponsored by Pump. We're just having a great night, celebrating global unity.
Now, how did you choose your outfit? Did you get a choice between all the village people, or did you want this one?
We just wanted to represent someone from each nation. I lived in London for a little while, so I guess I kind of got pumped up with the British Guard.
Fantastic. Have an amazing night.
Thank you. You too.
I think this is Discotopia, a group free, gay and happy, and who are celebrating...
You know what? These guys have done some serious gym work.
Those wings are enormous.
Oh, they're incredible.
Now, here's some serious marching. There's a backlog of marches.
And they're all united by the universal language of the disco.
And what an
We speak
language
disco.
that is.
Do you speak disco?
I speak disco, I do disco, I look like
too,
disco,
mate.
I am disco.
It's very hard to explain to people who haven't actually walked up Oxford Street and been part of the Mardi Gras just how fantastic you feel by the time you hit Taylor
Joy, you know what?
Square.
It looks fantastic here, but when we flip around and have a look at it in reality, it's just extraordinary.
It is. And
You've got to experience it once in your life.
And all the crowd are clapping and cheering and roaring their approval. And of course, for a lot of people, this is the only time in their life this happens. So
He got a bit lost.
He was a bit lost.
Wandered off.
It's just a really exciting feeling.
Look, it would be a bit easy to get lost in that sea of fabulousness. And talking about a sea of fabulousness, Hannah, how are you in your first class lounge?
Oh my God, I'm here in the VIP. I think I can. There's so. Oh my God, it's Carson.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
How are you?
Good.
You know, all the stores are closed, so I just decided I'd watch the parade.
And so, guess what?
Yes.
I have a couple of lesbians here.
I love lesbians.
They're my lesbian ground crew. This is Rosie and Fee. Correct. Now you're a couple.
Yes, we are.
Darling. How long have you been a couple for?
18 months.
18 months. Oh,
That's like 20 years in lesbian time.
Have you seen some looks? Have you seen some looks that just shouldn't be out there?
You know, it's Mardi Gras. It's kind of the one day when anything goes, although it kind of is my duty. If someone looks too tragic, I do have to point it out. But it's been just a big party, so it's been super fun.
So Carson, he's on his way down. Carson Kressley, he's on his way down to rip some of your clothes off.
Quickly, can we ask something to Carson?
Carson's coming to you, Charlotte.
Oh, fabulous, because there's a smoking nun.
Alex?
Darling, there's a couple of twirling popes that I'm really worried about.
Look, we've got the Order of Perpetual Indulgence with twirling popes and also the Pope-mobile and the Secular Party of Australia. And as well as the big groups, of course, in the Mardi Gras parade, there are individuals who march and put an extraordinary amount of time and effort into their costumes. Here's Richard Winsbury, one of my favourites, Mr. Chandelier, complete with 250 light bulbs. And let's see how Richard's Mardi Gras began.
My name is Richard Winsbury. My Mardi Gras mission is to go to Mardi Gras as a 2 metre by 2 metre chandelier. Myself and my partner, we're going as the main couple. I'm going as a chandelier and he's going to go as a person as rich as a lighter, I guess. We're both dressed in white and silver. I think it's going to look quite startling because there's a lot of light. I've never ever been in a position to use this much light on a costume. I've also got 3 guys going as soldiers, so they're like my support group. The way I've cut it, they all look like muscle Marys. And this could make all the difference to save someone from tripping over. Now, is that smart or what? Over the years, I've quite literally made hundreds of costumes for Mardi Gras. I started participating in 1983, and I did my last one in year 2000. And so it made about 18 Mardi Gras, I think. Doesn't make me look like Clover Moore, does it? Because of my experience in doing window dressing and things like that, I do have ways of cutting corners. You learn how to make something look something that it isn't. It's like a facade. That'll hold itself now, but I will glue it as well. I'm singing in the rain. If if I do it, I have to do it the way I want to do it. And it's big. I want to look glamorous and cause people to laugh and smile. And that's what usually does happen. My biggest problem this year is my costume going to snap in half.
This message will self-destruct.
So I have to try and figure out a way now of making sure that that doesn't happen.
In 1 second.
Fantastic to see Mr. Chandelier, and we will be watching out for him. Now, these people are a little critical of religion that is negative towards homosexuals, as you may see from the words on their float. But
I've been waiting for nipple caps, though, I could tell you. It's the first one I've seen.
I know this must look wild to many of our viewers, but and it is wild, but there's a lot of people who are very angry and hurt because of attitudes to homosexuality in churches.
And quite rightfully so, I have to say.
Absolutely.
In this day and age, I think, if we tolerate some of the crazy religions, they can tolerate some of the more normal lifestyles.
Now, this is a pair of Jewish men who have had a commitment ceremony. They're not being critical of religion, they are supportive of their religion, they are grateful to be accepted by it. So this is a Jewish group called Dayenu who are supporting commitment ceremonies and asking for marriage. And there's 2 couples there.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Indeed.
2 men and 2 women who have had commitment ceremonies here in Australia.
Yeah.
But right now it's a big welcome to the Crave group from the Central Coast who are showing their... These are the Kilt Boys. Here they are.
They're naughty. I've seen the Cock Nest Monster.
These are Marys, Queens and Scots.
The sexy Scotsman, how are you?
I'm really good, having a great Mardi Gras. What about you?
Same. Now, why do you think the Mardi Gras is so important?
I think it's important because we can demonstrate our freedoms and express ourselves as we want to, and so many people just can't do that in so many countries.
Absolutely, and you're having an amazing time?
Amazing time. Look at the boys, they're having a great time.
Yeah, they do all look amazing now. What's underneath the kilt?
We're about to do our little routine. Well, you can find it.
Oh my God, Mitzi, behave! Back to you guys, things are going crazy down here.
Well, Mitzi is encountering a Scottish experience there in an intimate way.
Mitzi's got to mix up that one's kilt.
Now, this is Chandelier Man. We saw him preparing his outfit earlier tonight. Here's Richard Winsbury, Chandelier Man, and later on at the party there'll be a big competition for the best costume. I think he's in with a chance.
He's certainly in with a chance. How many globes did we say were in that?
I'm going to say 5,000.
Hundreds.
An awful lot of globes. And that simple umbrella with just the globes on top.
In fact, you could call that global roaming. That's my gag for the night.
Charlotte, that was fantastic.
He looks really fantastic, and you have to have an incredible costume to walk alone and have an impact, and he's pulling it off. He looks fantastic.
Gosh, a bus, Joy! Bus!
This, I think, is the Virgin Blue Rainbow Bus. So Virgin Blue, another supporter of the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras.
To drive a Virgin bus. Is that pushing any buttons?
It's even more exciting.
It is. I can see your face.
Even the idea of a bus with an aeroplane on the side is of itself exciting.
She looks fabulous. Look at her in that little red T-shirt.
Well, I think we've moved now to the World Game. This is Sydney Rangers and the Flying Bats Football Club. So an all-male and an all-female gay and lesbian soccer teams who have come together for the first time tonight. So this is gay and lesbian soccer. Now, you're telling me you're a multicultural man.
Soccer is a religion to us.
That's what I'm thinking. This is an exciting moment for
I don't know any Greek soccer players that look like her, though. Multiply the viewing.
That's just your average Sydney lesbian who plays soccer, and it's a pretty exciting concept.
It's a bloody exciting concept.
There's the... Oh, no, I saw the Greek flag is there. Now, here come the Melbourne Mardi Gras group. Their theme is Pirates of the Caribbean. And they've got visitors from the United Kingdom and from the United States. So this is the Melbourne group as Pirates of the Caribbean.
Show us your Jolly Roger.
Fantastic to see the Melbourne people here. Same-sex marriage and civil unions are a very important issue in the gay and lesbian community. Have a look at how the people on this float, the Love Boat, are preparing to get their important message across tonight. Here they are.
Hello, my name is Cedric, and welcome to the Love Boat! The name of the float is the Love Boat.
The Love Boat is just a celebration of everyone being involved in being able to have the chance to be married, whether you're same sex or opposite sex.
The origami boat in itself will have headlines as if it was made out of a newspaper. It's 6 meter long, 4.5 meter high. On the night, we'll have 5 hula hoopers, and they will symbolize union with their rings.
The ringlets are going to bring the best ring work you have ever seen.
So the costumes that we've designed for the night are based on traditional form wedding dresses and suits. We've deconstructed the suits and the wedding dresses and made them into new forms of marriage.
2 words to describe me: Queensland bride.
We wanted to use the idea of marriage as people understand it in our culture and show that we can celebrate a gay marriage with fun and with symbols that people really understand very well.
Fantastic to see that advocacy for gay marriage, and congratulations to the 6 countries of the world where gay and lesbian people can get married, including Canada.
I've got to say, this is the city gym flight. This is my gym. I'm very proud.
This is where you've got that magnificent chest.
That's correct, Shul. Thank you for noticing. But look at these guys. I mean, they're serious workers at the gym.
Oh, they're rolling around too, aren't they?
Rolling around. It's a great looking float too.
And I'm not sure if that person with the headdress is from your gym as well. They could be.
I don't know that I've seen... Oh, no, you know what? She is.
Oh, Furvision. Now, this is Furvision, yes, the Furvision Song Contest. Oz Furs, dressed as characters from the Eurovision Song Contest. A little obscure, but you can't go wrong with an animal costume.
But it's cute. I think it's one of the cutest ones. Little fuzzy cute animals.
A little disco fox or two. Certainly a different take on the other bears. Fox.
Oh, fox.
Yeah. Different take on the bear thing that we saw before with the tummies and the hair on the back and things. Can I just say, we have gained so many rights, and indeed the current federal government is removing discrimination from, I think, over 100 pieces of legislation, but we still don't have access to marriage for those of us who want it, and that's what this one's all about. Look, if you couldn't agree to marriage after seeing that lassie, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Something wrong with you.
And there's going to be hula hoop wedding rings as well in this group. So that's the right that we're still arguing for, the right to marriage if we want it. I actually went to a wedding last weekend.
How far off do you think we are in Australia on gay and lesbian marriages?
I hope less than 5 years. I hope.
5? That long?
There is major opposition from the Anglican Church and the Catholic Church, and they are powerful in our country.
Get over it.
Well, I think it's just very, very important that gay and lesbian couples who want to, be together have the same rights as everybody else. It's a very, very important thing.
Absolutely.
You've got to go to a wedding and celebrate someone's wedding and feel that you are not allowed to do it. To understand discrimination is no good.
I mean,
and that's why, some of us feel very strongly about having real marriage, not just civil unions. I understand that's a step in the right direction, but I want access to marriage.
Well, also because, when you get older and, we hate to think of things like when your partner dies, etc., you do want to have the same rights as you have to an estate. All those sort of things that sound a bit morbid, but they're absolutely so important.
Or even just the frock.
Oh, of course. Speaking of frocks,
Speaking of the frock. And here we have the Love Boat, and this is advocacy for gay marriage. This is the City of Sydney supporting...
And I can see Clover Moore's head popping above and beyond up Oxford Street. Now, isn't she one spectacular?
Yeah, absolutely. The Lord Mayor of Sydney and also the member for Sydney, Clover Moore, who has been a friend of the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras for like 20 years
Very long
plus,
time.
25 years. There she is, Clover Moore.
And doesn't she deserve her head on a stick? I tell you what, she's an amazing, amazing woman. I remember not long ago somebody saying, an American friend of mine who visited saying, I think your city is so fabulous. You have a mayor that sometimes wears dog collars.
Indeed, and she spoke at the launch of Mardi Gras at Fair Day, and as as I say, she was supporting Mardi Gras when nobody was supporting Mardi Gras, so she's an extremely popular person up the street of Oxford Street because of that support.
And wonderful to see that the lead part of the float of the City of Sydney supporting the gay rights to marriage.
Hello, it's Mitzi Macintosh with Clover Moore. Clover, what's your message about Mardi Gras this year?
It's an important celebratory event with a very important political message.
I've recently had a civil partnership myself. Do you think we'll get it in Australia?
Well, that's one of the big campaigns, isn't it? And that's what we're campaigning for this year.
Fantastic. Thank you, Clover. Have a great Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Back to you.
Well, now we come to Rainbow Labour, and evidently this is a group of people saying to all politicians, I suppose, copy Clover Moore and give support to the gay and lesbian community. They're particularly, though, wanting the right to marry. Yes, civil partnerships are important, and we thank people for that progress, but this group is arguing to the politicians, could you go further and give us access to weddings? Now, this is the Big Butch billboard, a lesbian tomboy. And indeed, there appear to be some lesbian tomboys near the billboard.
All right, we're talking to the girls from the Butch float. Are you Butch?
No, I'm not. I'm very much femme.
Well, what's the Butch idea about? Is it whatever you want to be?
It's a femme float, my love.
It's a femme float. So the Butch idea at the front there is just a parody, is it?
No, the Butchers support us.
The Butch support the femmes. See, I don't understand much at all, do I?
Oh, you try. At least you look good.
Thank you very much. Have a great Mardi Gras.
Yes, we have both the femmes and the butchers marching side by side, and of course this is the more feminine and the more masculine lesbian experience expressed in Mardi Gras. But good to see the femmes have got the numbers tonight.
I'm loving them.
This is the high heel lesbian, the lipstick lesbian, or indeed a lesbian on a horse.
Do you know what? I love the dykes on bikes, but I love the lipstick lesbians. I love.
Oh, that's something I'm loving. Look at that.
This is the nurses, sisters marching for sisters.
The higher the hair, the closer to God. And these girls are godly. Look at them, bless.
Do you think Joe Bailey's puffed that one up?
Oh, that is some serious backcombing.
Listen, this is a group of nurses. They're very diverse, but don't they look fantastic?
Oh, what's she got there? Oh, no, you don't usually do that. You usually wee in that. You don't drink from it. I'm not sure they're really well skilled, those particular nurses. But they're certainly out for a good time.
This is Queers for Equality, yet another group asking for the right to marry. And the New South Wales Greens, the political party, marching, and they have been fantastic on that list, trying to pass legislation to allow for gay marriage. Now this is Shag a Nation, Pussy Posse. I think this would be just going for your straight sexual enjoyment of an international nature.
Just straight up, get down to business.
I think so, Alex.
I'm here with one of our volunteers. They are amazing people that donate their time. Why do you volunteer?
Just to help out. It's a great event and it's good to participate in this show.
Have you done it before?
4 times so far.
4 times so far. Do you do the Mardi Gras parade every year?
Every year.
Every year. All right, it's fantastic to have you on board. What would you say to anyone who's thinking of volunteering?
Join up, it's lots of fun.
Well, fantastic. Have a great Mardi Gras. Back to you.
Thank you, Mitzi. Now, of course, the volunteer, we just met one there. The volunteers are the backbone of Mardi Gras, all 2,000 of them. Without these miracle workers, the parade simply wouldn't happen. So here's our tribute to their hard work.
We've been together 31 years.
My name's Craig, I'm a parade official.
I'm Emma, I'm a parade creative.
Hi, my name's Shannon and I'm a volunteer toilet monitor.
Carpenters, painters, designers, lawyers, entertainers, technicians, web designers, publicists,
Judges liaison,
Costume maker,
medical,
workshop volunteer,
producers, choreographers, writers, cleaners. They are literally the lifeblood of Mardi Gras.
Hi, I'm Fiona and I'm the area coordinator for Finale.
My name's Carmen, I'm an MC.
Oh, the list goes on and on and on and on. Without them, we couldn't do it.
And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Here we see more support for marriage and civil unions. I walked up Oxford Street at about 4 o'clock this afternoon, and there were already hundreds of volunteers out. And it's an amazing amount of community support for the gay and lesbian community.
And you can't execute an event like this, any large, amazing event without the support of volunteers.
Marriage, of course, very much a theme tonight, isn't it, Alex?
It's a huge theme tonight. That's what I've really noticed, that, and it's such a strong message that this year's parade is sending.
These are just wonderful dancers in very small costumes.
Sensational.
And they're sambering in high heels all the way up Oxford Street.
It's craziness. It's absolute craziness.
This could be the community action against homophobia group, or they could just be some samba dancers.
I tell you what, she's a good shimmy and shake in this one, isn't she?
Tonight, of course, the theme is Nations United, and you can certainly see that reflected in the number of groups that are carrying flags from all over the world. Is that oh no, it's not the green flag.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
It is. I just saw it.
Fantastic. Now this is
Your
the
equivalent, Mardi Gras equivalent of the bus, of Julie seeing a bus.
Now this is Sydney Spokes Cycling Club. So this is a gay cycling club. He's managing to have sort of nationalism, a ferry, a little bit of safety, a little bit of international flags. He's got it all.
I love a gay cycling club.
Now Pam Ann, I think you've got a cycler perhaps.
Look at me.
What's going on? What's going on?
Look what Alex Perry made for me in this broadcast. He's been on his Husqvarna.
Have you just elevated yourself to platinum first class?
Look what I've whipped up while you fuckers down there have been I have been up here, all my VIPs. What can I say? Licking each other out. This is live. Hello, Wollongong. So I'd just like to say, Alex, Charlotte, and Julie, I had a brain fart. How do you know you're gay? Do you want to know?
I'd love to know.
Alex really needs to know.
I've got my top 10. How do you know you're gay? Well, you have the whole collection of Barbra Streisand, accompanying DVD boxes and films and the TV shows. I've got a good one. Okay, Alex.
Yeah.
Okay, you can supply the last names to the following list.
Okay,
Are you
go.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Bernadette.
Peters.
Is that right? I can't hear you.
Peters.
Is it right?
Peters.
Okay. Cheetah. You're straight. You're straight. You're straight. You're straight. Barbara.
Streisand.
You're all gay. You're doing
come on, give us a hard one.
Speaking of gay, this is the Antarctica group. This is another continent in the 7 continents, and these are all these incredible dancers with icy things on their head and back.
Well, as Joan Rivers described, they looked like Posh Spice who dipped her head in a bag of cocaine.
Exactly.
And there they are, skipping gaily up the road.
I'm here with two very beautiful and pink men all the way from Manchester. Now, when did you guys get here?
We arrived last Saturday, our first visit to Australia for Mardi Gras, and it's been fantastic. You really know how to party in this town.
And so you only came here to party at Mardi Gras?
Yeah. It was my 40th birthday, so we just doubled up.
Have you had a favourite float so far?
Not too sure. All of them really. I like the Bears one. The Arbor Bears was the best one, I think. There is.
And are you guys going to go out tonight? Like, when do you go back?
We go back on Monday, but we're going to the party tonight.
Probably not that long.
That'll be plenty of time for you guys to have fun for Mardi Gras. Thank you so much for the chat. I'll let you guys get back to it. Back to you guys.
It's got a great city.
And here I've got a first timer that's older than me. So this is your first Mardi Gras.
Definitely, very, very beautiful Mardi Gras tonight. I'm first tonight, and I want to say another 100 nights for what I like to do all the rest of my life. It's very good Mardi Gras. And now, 1, 2, and 3. Hey!
Looks like they're having a hoot down here. I don't know what he fucking said. Back to you.
And that, of course, is the mature age gays that were just going past. So we had some mature people in the audience. Of course, they were riding in a bus, Alex.
I saw you turn your eye at that.
Now, coming up now, I think, is the Rainbow Recovery Group, and they're going to be walking in a cube for reasons that are not 100% clear to me. And coming soon, too, will be Gay Camping New South Wales. Camp is a row of tents, but they passionately believe in camping.
I'm actually looking forward to fag hags around the world.
Nice to see the fireworks over Oxford Street in Sydney on Mardi Gras night.
Now, fag hag is a global phenomenon. I have been called that name several times.
Only you've been one for a long time.
A long time.
Here they are, the camp is a row of tents, and I think Mitzi might be talking to a camper.
Here we are with the gay campers. Do you actually go camping?
Yes, we do, out the bush.
In a tent?
Yes.
With a mosquito?
Campers, a row of tents.
And the trouser snakes?
Oh, yeah. The leeches, everything.
All of my first experiences were in tents. What goes on in tents?
Oh, well. Let the imagination run wild.
All right, so if you want to do it rough, do it in a tent.
Oh, in a tent, of course. It's much better outdoors.
Have a fantastic time. Camping forever. Back to you.
Thanks, Mitzi. And everyone will go camping after seeing Gay Camping New South Wales tonight. I think one of the first time they've marched.
Could this be the fag hags uniting? There's Amy Winehouse. Gosh, she looks good.
This is the fag hags. Here they are.
Oh, look at them. Bless
them.
A global phenomenon.
I think she's channeling Eva Mendes.
I think they're just a group of friends having fun walking up the hill. Now, this is the group I've been waiting for, the Enmore Pool Synchronised Dressage Team. This is a group of swimmers who also engage in horsey work. You can see they've got small horses around their waist, not this lass, but these ones. Enmore Pool in inner Western Sydney, famous for its gay and lesbian clientele, and this is the dressage team. Beautiful synchronised work. Beautiful. This is, of course, our friends from Queensland, Bris Vegas Gangsters, showing the kind of extraordinary flexibility that we expect from a Queensland.
I'd love a good hula hoop demonstration.
I think these are the Hoopaholics.
I think you might be right.
A group of people committed to the hula hoop, which has to be one of life's tremendous pieces of technology.
And you know what? Part of our childhood.
Part of our childhood.
Everyone tried to hula hoop when they
And you try hula hooping 1.8 kilometres up a hill.
Spectacular.
Tell you what, they're going to have wonderful little waists when they get to the end, aren't they? With that.
And indeed, Charlotte, we are at the end. This is the last section of the 2009 Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras.
So we've run out of buses, Julie.
We've run out of buses. We're climaxing with hula hoops. And I must say, it has been a tremendous Mardi Gras. I think it's been our biggest Mardi Gras, over 9,000 entrants, and an extraordinary display of deviancy and diversity, and a celebration of the physical.
And I think the key messages that have been obviously brought across this evening was civil union, gay marriage.
Absolutely.
And obviously, you know, communities supporting one another. We saw the wonderful
Let
fire
everybody
trucks.
get married, wear a good frock, have something a bit sparkly on you, and everything will be all right.
And of course, the support for each and everybody, you know, everyone's communities. It's been so diverse, hasn't it?
I'm wanting to perhaps share with you my favourite float, but I'm finding it very hard to decide which one I enjoy the most.
I thought that chap with the nice fishnet G-string was quite lovely.
Let's see what Mitzi says.
It's been a fabulous night so far. I can't wait to get to the party. And so you're with all the volunteers, the end of the parade?
It's the end of the parade. The volunteers have been amazing this evening. They've done such a great job.
And it's, of course, known as the human butt plug, isn't it, behind the scenes? They call the end of the parade the human butt plug. So here we are at that point. Have a fantastic night, Charisma. Back to you in the hot box.
Can I just say, before we close our broadcast tonight, I think if I had to name my favourite float, it would be the Australian Human Rights Commission float. You might remember it was much earlier on, and a man called Graham Innes was on the float, who's the Australian Human Rights Commissioner, and he has been enormously responsible for removing discrimination in over 100 pieces of legislation And so thank you so much to the Australian Human Rights Commission for their fearless inquiry into equality and their advocacy for gay and lesbian equality.
I have to say, it was rather a thrill for me to see Joan Rivers on that ANZ
That
float.
was fantastic.
And look, I'd like to say thank you and goodbye to everyone who's been helping us on this broadcast tonight. What about our marvellous Ruby, who's been down on the streets? Ruby, it's been a great night with you.
It's been so amazing, and there's no way that I could choose my favourite float because it is my first ever Mardi Gras. I do think that Furro Eurovision thing was quite entertaining. I mean, I've laughed, I've cried, I've had an amazing experience. Thanks heaps for having me, and I won't see you guys again until March 27th at the MTV Awards. See you later, guys.
Bye-bye, Ruby.
What a wonderful night for Ruby.
And what about Mitzi? Mitzi, you're down there. It's been wonderful working with you.
Oh, I'm here with all the volunteers. We're off to party. I feel like I've been through a gay washing machine and I've come out dirtier on the other side. It's been a fantastic Mardi Gras. Happy Mardi Gras to everybody and good night to everyone in the hot box.
Thank you, Mitzi.
Thank you,
Bye.
Mitzi. And of course, before she drains that trolley of all the alcohol, we better say, hooray, hurrah, and see you soon, beautiful Pam.
Oh, it's been an amazing Mardi Gras. My favourite float. Oh my God, there are so many, but there's one in particular that I love. My float. I give it 10. I give it 10. I have so enjoyed working with all of you bitches.
Oh, we've loved being with you too, honey.
And I'd just like to say, for everybody at home, it might be time for you to go to bed, but it's not time for us to go to bed because we're going to party like it's 1999. Happy Mardi Gras!
Happy Mardi Gras.
Well, everybody, thank you.
Bitches!
Bye, bitches. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night, and from all of us in the hot box that we've been enjoying here. It's been a wonderful night. Happy Mardi Gras to all of you, and we'll see you next year on February 27th for Mardi Gras 2010. Yes, we're going to be back. Now, let's go party. Julie, Alex,
thank you
Off
very
we go.
much. Thank
Happy
you.
Mardi Gras,
Happy
everyone.
Mardi Gras.
Bye.